Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And if you're new to this channel, then this channel is just about ways we learn to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, so that we can lead our best lives. And if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, then thank you. I really appreciate you. I say that in every video, but seriously, it would not be possible without you. And I am so thankful for your energy, for your attendance, for everything. So thank you. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I want you to do me a quick favor. It's really for you. It's for us. But take a second and think back to a moment where your body either told you physically you weren't feeling good from eating something or from being around someone, their energy, something said this isn't right. And then I want you to think about the amount of times that occurs, and then we talk ourselves out of it, or we try to justify the reasoning behind it. So I just want to say, how I always talk about how important it is to be healthy, mind, body, and soul. I cannot keep enforcing that enough. It is really the three alignments that are gonna amplify your life. You really have to do everything you can to keep all of those aligned so that you can be at peace. The mind, the body, the soul. And I'll give a basic example first. So there was this one time that I went to a restaurant with my dad. It's when I was in college, and my dad used to show up all the time. Love you, Dad. My dad used to show up all the time and take me out to eat. And we went to this one restaurant. I think it was an all-you-can-eat, either sushi restaurant or an all-you-can-eat Chinese restaurant that had sushi. So I can't remember. But anyway, so we went there. And I was eating, and I'm small, but I have an appetite. So I was just throwing it back, eating. And once I got home, because it was on the way, it's about a 4-hour drive back to school. So when I got back to school, I was hungry again. And when I ate something, my stomach started to hurt. And I just kind of brushed it off, maybe I ate too much. Maybe I ate way too much food, and now I just need to eat some vegetables and call it a night. And my mind tried to justify how I was feeling, right? And initially saying, oh, it was the food. And I was maybe it's not the food. Maybe it's also because I didn't get a lot of rest. I'm probably tired. And having, an upset stomach and being tired, maybe I'm feeling all this stuff because of that. And then I started to feel worse and worse and worse. And after each meal, I would throw up. And I'm what is going on? This is bad. And I was violently throwing up. And I had stuff coming out the other end as well. Sorry. And so once that happened, I had to allow myself to accept the fact that this is more than just a stomach ache. This is more than just not getting enough rest. But somewhere in my mind kept saying, it's not that serious, just keep going. It's not that serious. But the whole time, my body was telling me and giving me signs that something was wrong. Long story short, it ended up getting really bad to where I was throwing up so bad that I got dehydrated and I was rushed to the emergency room. My roommate at the time took me to the emergency room, and they found out that I had a stomach bug and I was severely dehydrated. And the signs were there all along the way that I was dealing with something very serious. But I want to say it was probably about 2 days of me talking myself out of it. 2 days of eating something and throwing up. 2 days of not really getting any rest because my stomach was in that much pain. I was in a terrible situation. I was in terrible pain, but my mind kept talking me out of it. Another example of this, right, is if you can name a person, either in your life now or from the past, who every time you were around them, you either felt like you were walking on eggshells, like you had to walk on eggshells to protect their sensitivity, their energy, whatever it was, or when you were around them, you were instantly tired, or the thought of them, you're just like, oh my God. That's how your body feels. And your body's reacting to something, right? Even if you can't pinpoint or see what it is, your body's reacting to something. And then the mind is going to be like, oh, it's probably just because they're always complaining and, they just need somebody to talk to, right? You justify it. Or it's just probably because they're a little needy, but they didn't get the assistance they need. They need help, But it becomes draining when those situations, specifically the ones when we are getting energy or vibes from a person and we're physically feeling the symptoms of being around them, when we're physically feeling the symptoms of either they're coming or going, and we're just like, oh, Lord. And we talk ourselves out of it. Your body does not lie. Your body is meant, so this is how I think of it, right? I think of us being spiritual beings having an earthly experience. I say that all the time. And the thing that brings us to the present, the thing that makes us here in this realm is physicality, is what we feel, right? Through this body. And it's meant to protect us, right? It's the same with like, if you have the sensations of feeling, of touch, right? And you touch something hot, you go, whoa, let's not do that, right? You feel that sensation, something's hot. Now, unfortunately, there are disorders where people can touch something and they're I forgot what it's called, but it doesn't fire a sensation in their brain that says it's hot. So their hand's there, it's burning, they're smelling flesh, and they're like, oh, hands almost burnt off. But that's beside the point. But when we ignore those feelings and those sensations that this body is telling us, we're getting burnt. We're getting burnt. We're getting burnt. And what do they say? Fool me one time? Fool me twice? Fool me 3 times? All right, look. So, although this video to me, like even saying it out loud, it kind of feels kind of indirect, but I don't want to make the situation sound too specific because I want people to be able to look at things in totality. Just in general. It literally can be the food you're putting into your body. Listen to what your body is reacting to. It can literally be being around certain people, certain environments. I keep talking about that old job, but that job was meant for me to have testimony, y'all, because I literally felt sick. And I said that in I think it was my 4-month update. I was literally feeling sick at that job. Like literally feeling sick. Talking to the people. Everyone who was there felt like a zombie. And for me, I'm a lively spirit, and all my jobs and interactions with people have always been like, hey, how you doing? A beat, da 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 da. And then it got to the point where just talking to those people and constantly talking to people who talk like this, yes, no, what do you need? Da da da. It makes me give that same energy back. And my body was constantly telling me, me being fatigued all the time, my body was telling me, this is draining you. Right? It's natural to use energy, but this energy is not being replaced or reciprocated at all. There's sometimes, jobs or certain situations where, yeah, you do have to do a lot of, investing. I say, especially as moms, right? From the moment I wake up, I'm Legend's servant. But I'm refilled when I see his smile. I'm refilled when I'm just, holding him or just doing something and he walks up and he just gives me a kiss. Totally just on his own. That refills me. All the energy that I lost from spending the day chasing him around, cleaning up everything, is automatically refilled. I'm just okay, it's for this moment. It's because I named you well. You'll be a legend. That's why. It's you're reminded. You're refilled. But think about the times your body doesn't get that, right? It would be like if you were physically having symptoms, maybe you're sick, and you don't take antibiotics, and you don't, take your sea moss, or you don't drink some tea, you don't do anything to help your body replenish it. Think about how that feels. And I think it's the times where we're like the most sick that we're thinking like, dang, I know what it feels like to feel good. And you're like, I wish I felt that way. Like, I wish I felt good in this moment. I wish I felt, health in this moment. And we think about the times like we felt really healthy and we're like, I wish I felt that right now. But that is also our sign. That is our call. We listen to our body. And now we can do the work to heal. And now we can do the work to make sure that we are able to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. So I didn't want to be long-winded, but I did want to remind you to listen to your body. Listen to your body. It's not lying. If you get certain vibes or certain feelings when you're eating certain foods, certain vibes or certain feelings when you're around certain people, and sometimes it's a process, right? Sometimes those things can't initially be done, but start putting and implementing things to take care of yourself. Because you're not going to be able to be your best self if you're physically sick. You're not going to be able to be your best self if you're in environments where your body has to go into protective mode instead of just living, into survival mode instead of just thriving. So pay attention and don't forget, take care of yourself. Mind, body, and soul. Listen to your body and have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.